We're continuing to monitor any reactions to the assassination attempt on former President Trump from over the weekend. Just hours after that incident, we had Elon Musk and Bill Ackman taking to X to declare their support for the former president. But otherwise, the reaction has been somewhat muted outside of executives condemning the violence. So here to discuss, we've got William Cohan, Puck News founding partner. William, it's great to have you on here. Obviously, it's a muted reaction from executives who are sticking to the talking point of condemning the violence here. But I'm curious from your perspective, those who have spoken out and confirmed their support of the Trump campaign, do you think they were just waiting for a moment to be able to speak openly about their support of Trump, and this was kind of always in the cards for a Musk and an Ackman type?
I think with regard to those two, both Ackman and Musk, they probably were looking for a way to declare their support for Trump without sort of being attacked for it on social media. And I think this unfortunate incident, we remain in an epidemic of gun violence that never seems to stop, gave them the cover that they probably were looking for, yes.
Well, I do want to talk about what you're anticipating throughout the course of the week here as Trump is heading to the RNC. Do you think the events of the weekend are going to impact his VP pick at all?
I don't think it's going to impact the VP pick. I mean, I think at this moment, the combination of, Biden's poor debate performance, his subsequent attempts to rectify that, and then this horrible incident over the weekend, I think most people now seem to be, although, there's still 4 months away from the election, I think most people at this point seem to be resigned to the fact that Trump is going to win. There's going to be a second Trump administration, and there's not much Biden can do about it, unfortunately. Although, again, there's still a lot of time. Lots of things can happen. But I just think the combination of these two now is there's a resignation amongst many Democrats, most people on Wall Street who are Democrats, actually, and would prefer not to see a second Trump administration. My reading of the situation now is that this just seems like there's nothing much that can be done anymore.
Well, Bill, why the resignation then? I mean, we had AOC, for example, over the weekend saying that if senior Democrats are resigned to a Trump presidency, then they themselves should retire. If you're in a position of power, why not take that power and do something if you're concerned about the future of the country?
No, I'm not talking about the people, in Congress or high-level Democrats or people who talk to Biden. I'm just talking about rank and file Americans, rank and file Democrats, people who, were very hopeful before the debate that Biden would be reelected. I think between the combination of these two things, it's kind of a double whammy on an unprecedented scale. And I'm not sure many people, at least at this moment, look, again, 4 months to go. But at this moment, I think there's suddenly widespread resignation that Trump will be returned to office. I mean, and you see that with, people like Bill Ackman, who have been supporting Democrats for the last year consistently, now suddenly is coming out full-throated for Donald Trump. So, I mean, I think that's going to unfortunately be happening more and more. And it does. I mean, it'll still be close. But I think the electoral map seems to be shifting in Trump's favor, and that's really where the rubber meets the road.
Obviously, you've spent a lot of your career on Wall Street, Bill. I want to talk about the potential market impact. What do you think is the single biggest trade that investors should be watching ahead of November? Is it Bitcoin? Is it the Treasury curve steepening? What do you think is the best hedge against a potential return for Trump to the White House?
I think it's Trump media and technology. Look, the stock is up 33% today. It's obviously a litmus test on Trump and his second administration, what people think he's going to do. I mean, obviously, if you had bought the stock on Friday, you'd be sitting with a 33% gain today. I mean, unfortunately, it seems like it's a litmus test for Trump. And if you want to play the Trump gambit, that seems to be the best way. I mean, I'm not a trader. I don't know how you would do it or what the best way is to do it, but it certainly is one way to play it. And, he's been saying that the reason the stock market is hitting all-time highs is because his prospects for re-election are looking better and better. He just obviously got a great court ruling today. He's probably the luckiest man on the face of the earth. If you look at everything altogether, the guy has got incredible, more lives than a cat, I think, at this point. And if you want to play his return in the markets, his SPAC is certainly one way to do it.